You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I...
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you are logging on. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Now, hopefully cabin fever has not hit you too bad. It's getting me a little bit. Y'all know I'm a little crazy, but it's getting worse. So, we are going to try to keep everything as normal as we can by doing our word of the days and reading a chapter a day of our book. Make sure you get your study guide. If you don't have a way to print it, don't worry about it. Just do it on notebook paper or a notepad or a piece of mail, whatever you can do to write your stuff down. Or if you want to type it up on your iPad in your notes or whatever you want to do, you make it work for you. This is just a way that we can kind of feel like we are still a classroom. So, just like a regular day, we would be doing our word of the day. You have learned 126 of them so far, and I'm very proud of you, and I know that you are still using them in your everyday vocabulary to make you the best version of you. So, as we go, we would normally have a drum roll. So, for our word of the day, unanimous. Okay, it is an adjective. But what do you think that it means? Think about that for just a second. Unanimous means that it is agreed upon by everyone. So think about some things that are going on in the world right now, or maybe some things that we've already done in our class that we would have had a unanimous vote or a decision that was made unanimously. Think about the times that we are in those rainy days and we have to decide if we're going to watch a movie, if we're going to do stations, or what we're going to do for recess that day when you're thinking about that. So, good job on using those words. Now, today we are going to read chapter 2 of our book, and it is called Bones. It's a short chapter, so it shouldn't take me very long to read it. I do miss you guys, and I hope that you are having lots of family time and really having enough time to do the things that you don't normally get to do. Don't stress about school too much. We'll get you what you need whenever we kind of get a plan going. Tune in for tomorrow because I will have a plan for our next Zoom meeting, and my goal is to try to get as many of us there as we can so we can see each other and talk about what's going on and maybe kind of get a way of getting out of the house. So, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, before you finish this one, you need to go back and watch yesterday's. And if not, then I will see you tomorrow. Chapter 2, Bones. Jack, Annie, and Peanut looked outside. Snow was falling from the gray sky. The tree house was in the tallest tree in the tallest grove of bare trees. The grove was on a wide white plain. Beyond the plain were high rocky cliffs. I'm cold, said Annie. Her teeth chattered. She wrapped her towel tightly around her. Squeak! Peanut sounded cold too. Poor mouse, said Annie. I'll put you into Jack's pack and you'll be warmer there. Annie slipped Peanut into the pocket of the backpack. We have to go home, said Jack. We need warmer clothes. We can't go home, said Annie. We can't find the Pennsylvania book. Not until our mission is complete, remember? That's why the magic works. All right, said Jack. He looked around. There was no sign of the Pennsylvania book that always took them home. Annie peered out the window again. Where are we anyway? She asked. I'll find out, said Jack. He picked up the open book and read the title on the cover. Life in the Ice Age. Ice Age, said Annie. No wonder we're cold. We better find the third M thing soon, said Jack, before we freeze to death. Look, whispered Annie. People. She pointed out the window. Jack saw them too. 4 figures on a cliff. 2 big figures and 2 little ones, all holding long spears. Who are they? Said Annie. I'll look in the book, said Jack. He found a picture of some people. He read the caption to Annie. Early modern humans were called Cro-Magnons during the late Ice Age in Europe. They sometimes lived in caves beneath cliffs. Why are they carrying spears? Said Annie. Jack turned the page. He found another picture of the Cro-Magnons, and he read out loud. The Cro-Magnon family often hunted together. They covered deep pits with branches. They drove reindeer and mammoths into the traps. Oh, trapping the animals? That's sad, said Annie. No, it's not, said Jack. They couldn't live without hunting. They didn't have supermarkets, you know. They watched the family disappear over the other side of the cliff. Come on, I'm freezing, said Jack. Let's hurry and find the M thing while the Cro-Magnons are hunting. But I want to meet them, said Annie. Forget it, said Jack. They don't have the books to tell them about us. They will think we are some enemy and hurl their spears. Yikes, said Annie. Jack put his book away. Squeak! Peanut peeked out of the backpack. Stay in there, said Annie. Jack pulled on his pack and started down the rope ladder. Annie followed. On the icy ground they huddled together. The wind was biting. Jack put his towel over his head. Snow blew against his glasses. Hey, Jack, said Annie. Look at me. Annie had put her swimming goggles on. Now I can see, she said. Good thinking, said Jack. Now cover your head with your towel. Most of your body heat is lost through your head. Annie wrapped her towel around her head. We should find a cave or someplace warmer, said Jack. I bet there are caves in those cliffs, said Annie. She and Jack started across the white plain. The snow wasn't deep yet, but the wind was blowing hard. I told you, Annie pointed to an opening in the rocks. A cave! They ran to it. Careful, said Jack. They stepped carefully into the shadowy cave. It was only slightly warmer inside, but at least the wind wasn't blowing. In the gray light, they stomped the snow off of their sneakers. Annie took off her goggles. It smells in here, said Jack. Yeah, like a wet dog, said Annie. Let me see what I can find out, said Jack. He pulled out the Ice Age book. I'll look around, said Annie. Maybe the M thing is in here. Then we can go home and get warm. Jack stood by the entrance so he could read the book. This cave is filled with sticks, Annie said. What? Said Jack. He didn't look up from the book. No, wait. I think they're bones, said Annie. Bones? Echoed Jack. Yeah, lots of them back here, all over the floor. Jack turned the pages of his book. He found a picture of a cave filled with bones. I hear something, said Annie. Jack read the writing below the picture of the cave. It said, the great cave bears of the Ice Age were over 8 feet tall. These bears were larger and fiercer than today's grizzlies. Their caves were filled with bones of their ancestors. Annie, whispered Jack, get back here now. They were in the cave of a great cave bear. Tune in for Chapter 3 tomorrow.
Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on